Good morning, all of you. Let us start the session. In the previous class, we have discussed regarding how electrical drive is going to be operated in our four quadrants. Small topic is left in this topic, just few points. One is the first quadrant, where the drive is going to be operated, is known as in the drive, the motor is going to be operate in forward motoring mode. Please note down the modes. In the first quadrant, the corresponding mode is known as forward motoring, and the second quadrant is known as forward reverse mode, that is forward braking mode. Forward braking mode, all of you please note down. It is forward braking mode. Just I'm writing the words. And the third quadrant is known as reverse motoring mode. And the last quadrant, that is the fourth quadrant, is known as reverse braking mode. That means irrespective of the number of quadrants 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to indicate the names also. What is the modes of operation? Forward motoring mode, forward braking mode, reverse motoring mode, and reverse braking mode. And don't be confused. Actually, for your convenience, just I am drawing the loaded cage just like here. But actually, you have to draw the loaded cage with respect to this only. Loaded cage, just like this. Just of all, recall few points regarding this topic. Then we will go for the next topic. Here we have to explain regarding two things. One is counterweight and second one is loaded cage. What is loaded cage and what is counterweight? And how much weight you have to place in the counterweight. That means what is the relation between counterweight, weight? The weight of the counterweight is always in between the values of an empty cage and the loaded cage. Remember please. The case is sometimes it is loaded and sometimes it is placed as empty. So the counterweight weight is lies in between the empty cage weight and loaded cage weight. This is the first thing you have to remember in this topic. And the second thing is whenever the direction of speed or torque or any parameter is in the clockwise direction, treat it as negative. Please listen carefully. Whenever the direction is in clockwise direction, take it as negative, and when it is in anti-clockwise direction, take it as positive. Depending upon the positive or negative polarities, you have to decide the quadrant corresponding operation of the drive only. Without these parameters, direction you can't say. So it is the second point. And the third one is just observe all the quadrant parameters of torque and TL. T means torque of the motor, or and TL is torque corresponds to load. T and TL. Whenever you are observing these two parameters directions, these two are quite opposite to each other. It is the fundamental component which you have learned in your basic load torque equation. So by remembering these 3 points, you have to analyze the 4 quadrant operation, and finally you have to write the corresponding mode name. Forward motoring mode, forward braking mode, reverse motoring mode, and reverse braking mode. And simply listen, first and third quadrants comes under motoring modes. Easily remember like this. First and third quadrants. In these two quadrants, that is 1 and 3, your drive is operating in motoring modes. Second and fourth quadrants. In these two quadrants, 2 and 4, your drive is going to be operate in braking modes. Maybe second one is belongs to forward braking, other fourth one is belongs to reverse braking. So this is the matter regarding the previous topic, and we will go for the next one. That is braking methods. How many braking methods are available for us? Actually, nowadays electrical braking is most preferred, but in the initial days, you are using mechanical braking only. So in overall, you have two braking methods. One is mechanical braking and second one is electrical braking. What is mechanical braking? Can anyone respond? What is that? Shahina Sheikh. Sheikh Shahina. My voice is audible to you? Alakhi, please
Madam.
respond. Yeah, tell me.
ఎలక్ట్రికల్ సప్లై అనేది వాడకుండా రబ్బింగ్ యాక్షన్ చేసి బ్రేక్ చేసేదాన్ని మెకానికల్ బ్రేకింగ్ అంటారు మేడం.
Very right. So by using the mechanical part, can you say what is the name of that? That means by using which small element you are going to apply the mechanical braking?
బుషెస్ మేడం అనుకున్న.
Okay. Can anyone else? What is mechanical braking? I am requesting all of you, please join the class with your registered roll numbers, not with your names. Then only I will able to provide the attendance for you. So once again, I am requesting, please enter the class with your roll numbers only, not with your names. Right. We will go for mechanical braking initially. In mechanical braking, you will go to provide the braking manually by using braking shoes. The part name is braking shoe. And actually, you have completed number of experiments in your machines lab. Can you say anything by using which method you are going to apply here braking mechanically?
Belt, madam.
Yeah, by using brake drum corresponding to belt. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, exactly. That means by using two ways. One is brake shoe. The second one is by using brake drum with the help of belt. Mechanical braking is applicable, but the major disadvantage of mechanical braking is the power is going to be wasted or dissipated in the form of energy, that is heat energy, which is a wanted thing. That means you can store the energy in some other ways, but in this mechanical braking it is not possible. So based upon this, we will go to electrical braking. But listen, nowadays no people are preferring only electrical braking. Most of the people are preferring mechanical braking, including electrical braking. The combination of braking are preferable nowadays. So our next topic is electrical braking. In electrical braking, we have three types of braking techniques are existing. Can you say the names? Why? Because this topic is already completed to you in your electrical machines. I think so you have some basic concepts regarding, you are very familiar with this topic. What is mechanical braking and what is electrical braking? Am I right? Please respond, anyone.
నేను తొందర గుర్తుండదు మేడం.
Okay, right. About that, in electrical braking, you have three types. One is plugging, second one is dynamic braking, and the third one is regenerative braking. Actually, these topics you have covered in your machine subject. So once again, recall all the topics regarding the braking techniques. I will explain one by one, right? So first of all, we will go for the plugging. It is the, just of all, see the screen. It is the normal operation of our machine, and it is the working of plugging braking. Just observe these two diagrams and find is there any difference or not. For our reference only, here I am placing two diagrams. One is normal operation of the base system, and second one is operation of braking method by using plugging for the same system. What is the major difference between these two systems? Can anyone find the difference or not?
Change the motor polarities, madam.
Changing the just
Motor
or armature polarities. Armature polarities are going to be reversed. Is it right? Check it once.
Yes,
Just I will take the spotlight for you. Here, check the polarities of armature A and AA. Whenever come to braking, polarities are reversed AA and A. First of all, before going to this topic, tell me by using how many ways you can apply the brake for a motor. How many ways are possible to you? Just listen. Simply, I am reversing the armature current. Then what happens to the motor operation? I am going to apply a reverse current to the armature. Then the armature will going to rotate or not?
రొటేట్ వద్దు మేడం రివర్స్ డైరెక్షన్
At same instant, whenever the polarity of armature current is also reversed, then the motor is going to rotate. Just think it once and tell me the answer. Just see this. It is the normal operation of your motor. Whenever I am reversing these polarities of the supply, what happens to the motor? Is the motor will rotate or not? At this instant?
నో మేడం రొటేట్ అవ్వదు
No.
మేడం
That means whenever the polarities of the supply voltage is reversed or interchanged, the motor will not rotate. Is it right or not?
ఎస్ మేడం
Yes, exactly. And I am saying the second case. That is, I am interchanging the motor armature terminals. Here it is AA and here it is single A. Armature terminals are reversed. What happens to the motor rotation?
రివర్స్ డైరెక్షన్ లో రొటేట్ అవుతుంది మేడం లైక్
First of all, it will going to stop. Then, if possible, it will go to in the opposite direction. Is it right? That means in the normal direction, it will start rotate. It will stop rotating. Is it right? And
ఎస్ మేడం
in some other case, actually in these two cases, what happened to the motor operation? A braking is going to be applied or not? Tell me that. By reversing the polarities of the supply voltage or armature terminals, the motor rotation is going to be stopped or not? Whenever you are going to hear and learn, then only you can learn the subject. So please be active, listen the class and interact with me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, no problem for me. Right? So I'm moving on. Just listen. Whenever the supply polarities are changed, that means interchanged, the motor is going to be stopped rotating. That means we are going to apply some braking. And whenever armature terminals are changed, the same thing is going to be applied. And in some cases, you are just removing the armature terminals from the supply and you are going to connect a small resistance across this motor. Then think it once. We are not providing any supply to this motor. Just we are removing from this motor from the supply and a small resistance is connected. Then what's happening means the corresponding motor energy is dissipated from the element of resistance which is connected across the motor. That means in this way also we are going to turn off the speed of the motor, which is nothing but come to our braking techniques. So whenever you know the practical sense, that means in which way you can decrease the motor speed and comes to zero. That means it is the braking technique. The learned braking techniques are going to be applied here. So just wait, I will erase all these annotations for you. Then it will be very clear to you. So in the plugging, what you are going to done is, you are going to interchange the polarities of the armature. Just A, in normal direction, normal operation. Whereas in braking operation, the polarities of armature are going to be reversed. Then the motor is not going to rotate. So it will going to be stopped. It is regarding the plugging. And these circuit diagrams are belongs to the separately excited DC motor. And you can apply the same plugging method for DC shunt and DC series motor also. So see the circuit diagrams. Just simple thing, armature polarities are going to be reversed. Left hand side circuit diagrams are during normal operation and right hand side circuit diagrams are during braking method applying. See the circuit diagrams, then I will go for the next one. And we are moving for the next braking method, that is dynamic braking. See this the pictures, and same we are going to apply the same dynamic braking method for separately excited DC motor, series motor and shunt motor. So we'll go by one. Separately excited motor means here how a braking technique is going to be applied means just we have discussed in the just 5 minutes back. The motor armature is removed from the supply, and here you are going to apply a resistance that is nothing but RB, braking resistance, is going to be connected across the motor just like this. That means here the motor does not behave like a motor, and here it behaves like a generator, and corresponding energy is going to be dissipated in the form of heat across the resistor RB. So in this way, the motor is going to be rotate at low speeds and slowly it comes to zero. And remember one thing, whenever these polarities are reversed, our energy is going to be decreased gradually means, in general, in our motor, the produced back EMF and armature voltage must be in opposite direction. But whenever you are reversing the polarity means, the back EMF and armature voltage are existing in the same direction. At this instant, the motor will not rotate. Listen carefully. Whenever the back EMF direction and the armature voltage direction are in the same direction, the motor will not rotate. Whenever the motor is rotating means these two voltages are going to be existed in the opposite directions. So just the circuit diagrams, that means how a dynamic braking is applied for separately excited DC motor. See here, armature voltage is going to be removed here, and instead of armature voltage, you are providing a resistance RB. The same thing is repeated in series motor also, and in shunt motor. In this also, armature voltage is going to be separated and a resistance is going to be placed here. That is dynamic braking. Here, no need for going for the derivations and waveforms, etc. No need for all the things. Just to have explained how the braking is going to be applied. And the last one, that is regenerative braking. Just observe the diagrams and tell me the difference. What is the main difference between these two? And we have to apply same braking technique to separately excited motor, DC series motor and DC shunt motor. Just observe the diagram and tell me the difference. If you are not unable to find the difference, I will say the difference and I will explain.
ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్ లాగా మేడం.
Just like
ఫస్ట్
plugging
కండిషన్
method, first condition. That means motor armature terminals are reversed. Think it once. Just see the diagrams, A and A here, but here A and A. What is the basic difference is armature polarities are going to be different, and the second one is here you have to consider the back EMF is must be greater than that of armature voltage only. Listen, it is the exception case for this braking method. In order to apply the regenerative braking, the back EMF must be more than that of armature voltage only. And when you observe, whenever the armature terminals are reversed, actually in this motor, the armature current is entering for these polarities. And here the polarities are reversed. Then what happens to armature current? The armature current is in the same direction or in opposite direction? Just think it once and tell me. For normal polarities, the current is entering. For if the polarities are reversed, what happens to corresponds current? Is in the same direction or in opposite direction? Can anyone say what is that? Aman, listen. Whenever the voltage terminals are reversed, means current is also going to be reversed. Just see the figure. The current is leaving from the armature. The same thing is going to be existed. That means this is small problem here. That's why they are not indicating the current. In this diagram is also current is going to leave from the armature. That means a reverse current is going to be existed in the motor. That's why the motor is does not rotating. In this way, you are going to apply the braking methods. Listen again. I am repeating these three methods one by one. Just recollect the matter regarding the braking techniques. What you have to write. First one is mechanical braking. That means in earlier days, the mechanical braking is going to be preferred, but nowadays the combination of mechanical and electrical braking is going to be preferred. Just I am giving the outlines. I am going to not. I am not going to discuss all the matter which is explained here. Right? And whenever you are going for electrical braking, there are three major braking techniques are there. One is plugging, second one is dynamic braking, and third one is regenerative braking. The major differences between these three braking techniques is in the plugging, the armature polarities are going to be reversed. That means by interchanging the armature polarities, you are going to apply the braking method. Just see the diagrams. You have to draw the diagrams for three types of motors, that is separately excited and self-excited. In self-excited, you have to draw for series motor and the shunt motor. And next one is dynamic braking. In this dynamic braking, the motor is removed from the armature voltage and sorry, the motor is connected to an external resistance known as braking resistance RB. And the motor energy, that is electrical energy, is going to be dissipated in the form of heat across this braking resistance. So by providing this external resistance, you are going to provide the braking techniques. And in this dynamic braking, your motor does not behave like a motor. Because of this external resistance, it is going to behave like a generator at some cases. And the last one is regenerative braking. In order to apply this braking, you have to consider the first limitation, that is the back EMF is always more than that of armature voltage. And then you have to interchange the polarities of the armature, and depending upon this, the current direction is going to be reversed. In this manner, we are going to apply the braking techniques for a motor. And there is one more topic is balance here, that is actually, just wait. Any of you please respond that have you completed this topic or not? That is load torque parameters, different torque. Just wait. Yeah. Types of torques, load torque components. Have you completed this or not in your initial classes? What are the load torque components present for you? All of you please respond. Have you completed this or not? Okay, no problem. I think so. You have not completed this. So we are going to complete this. That is load torque components. In this load torque, we have three types of torques. One is friction torque, and the second one is windage torque (TW), and the last one is torque required to do some useful mechanical work. So these are the three torques of load torque components. Just a 2-mark question: how a load torque is going to be classified? That means load torque components, friction torque. Just to the screen is the definition. The torque which is produced by the friction Forces and opposes rotational motion is known as friction torque. It is denoted by TF. Actually, this load torque you have to know whenever you are explaining the load torque components and load torque basic equation. Why? Because in that cases you are considering mechanical rotational system and mechanical translation system. In that cases only you are getting the friction torque. So due to friction, a torque which is produced is known as friction torque. And just basic definition is enough, no need for the derivations and what is what. So if you know if you want to know the equation of friction torque is nothing but TV plus TC and TS. TV means viscous friction torque and TC is Coulomb friction torque and TS is additional torque at standstill condition. Actually, it is not required for all of you. Just the basic definitions is enough for us. And the second one is windage torque. Windage torque means, just see this, the torque produced by wind opposing the direction of rotation of the motor during its operation is called windage torque. That means whenever the motor is going to be rotate, the opposing torque produced by the wind, listen carefully, whenever the motor is going to be rotated, the torque produced by the wind in the opposite direction of rotation is nothing but windage torque. And the last one is torque required to do some useful mechanical work. Depending upon this only, that means how the torque is going to be used, some for mechanical work. Depending upon this, you are going to get this classification. That is, sometimes the torque is constant and sometimes the torque is going to vary with respect to time and with respect to square of the speed and with respect to load. That means how the torque is going to be varied. So with this, your first unit is completed. And from the next class onwards, we are going to start our second unit. So just recall the topics we have discussed in our previous classes. First of all, what is a drive? What is electrical drive? Electrical drive applications, advantages, disadvantages, and basic fundamental torque equation, torque classification, nature and load components, nature and classification of load torque. Now itself we have completed load torque components. Sorry. And next, steady state analysis and load equalization, 4-quadrant operation, and our last one, braking methods. With this, your first unit is completed. And if you have any doubt regarding any topic, you can ask me. And after completing first 3 units, I will give you the material. No problem for that.